Spawn is funny, he's our man. If you can't kill him, no one can. Yay!
Spawn. You stand accused of being a redundant, overbearing, overly violent comic book horror film that's neither scary or coherent. How do you plead?
What do you mean?
Your Honor, well, you see...
Your job is to make damn sure the public agrees with me.
Not guilty. In 1997, Spawn was at the height of his popularity and was probably the only mainstream comic book character that wasn't attached to Marvel or DC. With comic book sale records came video games, action figures, not to mention an animated HBO series that borderlines on legendary. Then there's the movie.
I'm gonna have fun with you.
Now, am I arguing that Spawn is a critically acclaimed masterpiece? No, it's definitely not.
I trusted you.
But is it a campy, action-packed B-movie that pokes fun at its own ridiculousness?
Guilty as charged.
Now, the theatrical cut of the movie was PG-13, but when Spawn was released on video, they released the R-rated cut. But admittedly, most viewers would never know the difference.
Never? What do you mean, never?
For starters, Michael Jai White is the living physical embodiment of Al Simmons. I love Keith David's vocal performance in the animated series, but you couldn't ask for a more perfect person to play Spawn in the 90s than Michael Jai White.
You wiped his ass too.
Then there's John Leguizamo, nearly unrecognizable as Clown, just waddling around with such a sinister glee, you almost forget he's squatting in a 50-pound fat suit the whole time.
So you want to do it the hard way?
In fact, Leguizamo was so committed to the role that he ate a slice of pizza with actual maggots on it.
Are you out of your damn mind?
The rest of the cast is having a good enough time as well. Even Martin Sheen as Jason Wynn drops his voice an octave just to make sure you know he's a villain with zero redeemable qualities.
I do believe he's catching on.
But the real stars here are Spawn and Clown, and the fact that both Michael and John pull them off as well as they do while under layers and layers of prosthetics is pretty crazy, which leads me to my next point. Bar none, the makeup effects are outstanding and easily the most impressive thing about Spawn.
Alright, Yoda, just wait a second.
In the 90s and early 2000s, everyone still believed that comic book superheroes needed to be drenched in black leather to work on screen, but Spawn was way ahead of its time by presenting an authentic, true to the comics live-action design for both Spawn and Clown. Dare I say, the makeup is so good, I think it could have beat out Men in Black, which won the Academy Award for Best Makeup that year. At the very least, Spawn should have been nominated.
No, duh.
Aside from the comic book accurate costumes, one of my favorite things the movie gets right is the weird chemistry between Spawn and Clown.
Now you killed me. You do it.
The only substantial change that the movie makes is turning Spawn's murderer Chapel into Jessica Priest.
What are you talking about?
In the comics, Al is murdered by Chapel, but that was changed because Rob Liefeld owned the rights to Chapel and therefore the movie couldn't use him.
What is this?
Other than that, you almost have to respect how far the movie goes to adapt the look and feel of the comics, sometimes to its own detriment. Would a 4-foot-tall fat clown look a little strange in live action? Of course, but who cares? Was the technology at a point in 1997 where they could realistically present Spawn's exaggerated red cape billowing in the wind? Not at all, but damn if they didn't try.
Holy s***.
Now, full disclosure, some things in this movie have aged about as well as Spawn's insults.
Get away from me, you packing.
And that's exactly the kind of talk we don't tolerate around here, right, Buzz?
Of course, I'm talking about the CGI. I've seen PlayStation 2 cutscenes with better CGI than Spawn.
This isn't a game we're playing.
But for me, the CGI has crossed over into so bad it's good territory. Weirdly enough, there's a few CGI shots that look okay, like some of Spawn's transformations, but when the CGI is bad, it's god-awful.
Did you have to use the G-word?
I remember the cape being pretty rough, but I totally forgot Melbolgia looks like a 50-foot-tall demon ferret.
Damn.
Just try to get through Spawn and Violator's final climactic battle in hell without laughing. I dare you.
Okay, joke's over.
While people remember some of the highlights I've touched upon, I genuinely believe that Spawn also doesn't get enough credit for its badass industry rock-fueled soundtrack. With contributions from the likes of Prodigy, The Crystal Method, Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine, Marilyn Manson, and Korn, the soundtrack is a who's who of late 90s rock that turns Spawn into a relic of its time in a more favorable way than the CGI does. And if all of that didn't convince you how fun of a movie Spawn is, I'd like to call my star witness to the stand. No, not Wanda.
I swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me, Todd. Listen to Chris. It's a movie that's 20 years old, didn't come out just 2 years ago on a $200 million budget movie. Some of the special effects still hold up. It's a little bit of fun. Oh, and by the way, if you notice, there was a cameo in there that predated Stan Lee's cameos. I think he riffed off what I was doing.
Got a problem with that, soldier?
Yes, I do, sir.
Thanks, Todd. Now go watch Spawn with an open mind and tell me what you think about the movie. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Killian or on Instagram at CK Comedy. If after all this you're still watching, thanks for watching.